This should be my first fully complete Jaden painting, even though I feel like I've been speaking about it for absolutely forever. This will be the first finished piece, and then I've kind of got most of my paintings to a point where they're going to be finished kind of shortly, but this will be the first one that's kind of nearly there. This particular piece was one that I started kind of at the very, very beginning, so I've been working on it for a good few months now, but I don't know an exact date when I'm going to be giving this to Jaden, but I know that it's next month. So, which is kind of, it's actually working out to be a good thing, because it means I can be a bit more like relaxed with what it is that I'm doing. Like the worst feeling as an artist is like being under pressure and feeling like you're having to rush a painting, because then you feel like you're not putting out your best, you're just putting out what can get done in the time, if that makes sense. But it's coming along like really nice and clean. Like, and you know, in the past I've kind of spoke about like there are levels. I think you can really see the levels in this particular piece, because if you come a little bit closer, you'll be able to see that instead of like the skin tone just being one colour, I've used like a variety of different colours to really get kind of that whole spectrum of, to give it the depth and kind of make it an interesting piece. You're seeing a full spectrum of colours as opposed to like, say, the skin is brown, so you're just seeing brown skin, brown paint. For example, if you look here on the finger, you can see that obviously in the darker parts, where the shadow is, you can see like darker browns and that kind of thing. However, when you move to the lighter shades of the finger, you can see that there's some green in there's some yellow, and yeah, there's some oranges around the knuckle. And although it kind of feels a bit weird when you're painting it up close, because you like how all these colours coming together, when you actually like zoom back, then you understand the picture, and it brings it all together. Ultimately, like, the reason I guess that I would say that's a bit more advanced is because not every, like, it's your artist's interpretation of like the colours that you're seeing in the picture here compared to what you then transfer on canvas. And so, if I can say it, like a more amateur artist would just paint with probably a smaller range in their palette. Whereas I would like to think I could try and add as many colours in as possible and then bring them all together. So the piece just feels a bit more dynamic. I mean, this good is subjective, I guess, but if you're asking me how long it's taken to get to this point, it's like thousands of hours. Like, I wouldn't know how many hours, but thousands of hours. And I don't feel like I've even been painting that long. It's been only since the last 5 years. After a massive break between kind of college and now. But in that time, it's pretty much 6 at minimum days a week of like painting and practicing, and do you know what I mean? So like, I feel like I'm definitely getting, is it like 10,000 hour rule? Like, I've definitely been getting that in for sure. I think it's important, like, I think, what's the saying? Like, a professional will practice until they can't get it wrong, whereas an amateur will practice until they get it right. I think I might have got that the wrong way around, but my point being is that like, I practice and do so many paintings that like, no matter what the subject, I would like to think that I will be able to execute it exactly how I want, because I've now put in so many hours and learned so much across like kind of the 5 years of doing this, that it, fingers crossed, should kind of come out okay. I mean, I get like a lot of messages on Instagram being like, how can I improve, and it's like, unfortunately the annoying answer is like, there is no way to improve, but keep practicing what it is you do. Like, yeah, you can learn like different techniques and all that kind of stuff, but you do have to kind of put like brush to canvas as such, and just keep practicing over and over and over and over again. Not necessarily not everyone wants to do that, but unfortunately that is the kind of answer.